The Civic Square project was very exciting for our council. We have several new members that were elected last year ago in October, including myself, so the project was already on the go when we took office. And for us to be able to participate and see it to completion is very exciting for our council.
We are excited to be involved with this project, not only being our first public-private partnership, but also knowing what it would mean to the town and the growth that it could help create within the town. Not only did we develop the town office and the town atrium, but we also built the retail spaces that we're going to continue to own and lease out for years to come.
I think this is a flagship project partnership between a local municipality and private sector that I think could and should be modeled by other communities looking to do the same. When you're able to partner with the private sector, you're able to achieve more for less dollars from the taxpayer's perspective.
Well, for our organization specifically, this project is it's a milestone for us. It's a great project for us to be involved with. It's one of those shingles you can hang on the wall and say we did that, and we're very proud of it. For the community, we see it as a project that will stand to both show a professionalism and community orientation that blended this building will really be effective for the town, both for the town administration and for the community using the facility, drawing them in and being able to be used that way. And then the combination of public and private space as far as the tenants that are there speaks to the combination of business and public that is kind of a very effective demonstration of how it should be, that we should be leaning on each other in both the public and private, knowing that one depends on the other.
There were lots of challenges that we faced on this project. Obviously the pandemic being a big one, creating some issues when it comes to costing, sourcing materials, even labor sourcing for our various trades that were working on the project. Had a few other unique items as well. We did have a change in council halfway through the project, which didn't really slow the project down, but just meant a new group of people to have various discussions with and talk to about the final choices for the project when it came to some of the finishing.
Anytime you try to piece together a number of fragmented pieces of property at the same time for a single building footprint, you're going to run into some particular challenges, namely timelines, schedules of existing businesses with whom we acquired the property. I'd say another potential challenge was the supply chain issues and scheduling, and you're looking at not just yourself but also other project partners, and you have to align your interests and come to an agreement on the best next step.
Both the timing and the intricacies of this project brought on a number of challenges. There was the combination of public-private space is a challenge that would have been there no matter what the timing. The combination of an ownership group, the development group, and then a major tenant being a public enterprise, that's a challenge. But together with that, we ran into challenges specifically at this time with project delivery, as far as there was materials that we really struggled to get, so there was design conditions that we had to change, there was design that we had to change, there was delivery time that had to be changed, there was pressures on budgets through this time, and so some of those were really challenging times, and it was just great to have a group that actually listened to each other and spoke to each other well, and in order to find the best way through those challenges.
For council, we had to deal with several challenges in the fact that we had cost overruns with the supply chain, trying to find alternative ways of finding materials and trying to get that all within our budget. And then whenever you're doing a project of this size, there's always little things that pop up that council had to get involved with, and we were able to work through all of those.
The front facade is actually tipped in two planes. It's tipped in one direction and also in the other direction. And it gives that kind of extending of a threshold feeling of maybe actually you think of many churches. We actually have maybe a bunch of arches. You can feel that it's welcoming you in slowly, but it's also providing that break point between the two spaces, the exterior and the interior. So what it's doing is it's kind of drawing you into that point and then inviting you to come in. And then of course we have the lights. There's one in the ground and there's one on the side, and they both illuminate that front. And I know the town's actually going to put some signage on there eventually to say, I think it says Town Hall.
A few of the features that I really like on the project is almost the double building design. So the atrium from the outside looks quite different than the rest of the building, which is the retail side, as well as the upper office space. And actually within the atrium, I really like how the walls against the retail side and the office space look like an exterior wall from within the building.
Some of the interesting things about the way the aesthetics work on the main street, the way that it stands out on Main Street and yet is welcoming, the way it was designed to really welcome people in is and be a focal point of Main Street is pretty cool.
What we did intentionally here was we did two different ceilings, and the ceiling actually above me is tipped in a slight angle as well, so the sound isn't bouncing up and down. It's actually bouncing up and at a different angle. And also it's unequal too, so that the sound is, if it bounces off there, it's gonna hit different things. So we have wood on one side, hard ceiling on the other side. So it gives that sound somewhere to die and not just keep bouncing around. Can open up to the atrium to give the ability to open up and have a large gathering of people watching council. The size of the atrium, it can fit about 200 people in banquet tables. So you could have a wedding or a large gathering here, an event of some kind.
Yeah, this project for us, I mean, it was our first public-private partnership. So it was an innovative approach by the town of Coaldale to find a private partner to develop the space for them. And it was a great experience for us to work with the town of Coaldale to build them a great space that will last them a long time, but also exist 4 spaces within the building that we will have long-term to lease out to businesses who will add to the vibrancy of downtown Coaldale.
The town of Coaldale would never have been able to do this project solely on their own. It required a partnership, and with us partnering with Shift Real Estate Investments, it made it possible to have this beautiful building built. And we have our second floor, that's our administrative offices and our council chambers, and the atrium. And without Shift involvement, we would never have been able to afford to do a project of this magnitude on our own.